front of you on the big and the small screen, as you've seen with the VMAs. The VMAs
right.
was nothing but an occult, science, blood, human sacrifice ritual. And they pulled it up in front of everybody, dripping blood and everything.
Right.
Are you following me? It was the initiation for the white chick to come into the Illuminati. It's something that, once again, your man Kanye West broke from the script, which he's being punished for now. Are you following me? So
right.
we have to understand this particular dynamic that they use the media. Once again, here we go with the media. Putting forth this mind control. Not only is an experiment, study MK Ultra, MK Delta, Operation Paperclip, Operation Chaos. You can look up all of these things online. Are you following me?
Right.
So they use the TV, and they use the big screen and the small screen. They use magazines and commercials and this kind of thing to set up shop in your mind. The Bible, the scripture says what? Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sins. Are you following me? We need to come out of her mindset and be able to fight these things in our mind. That's where the war is taking place, sister. It's taking place in the fourth dimension, in the etheric realm, in our minds.
And you know what? That seems to be the theme here as of late, and that's definitely the things that I really wanted you to really touch on, because people need to understand how serious it is. Now, let me ask you this. How much time do you think that we have until, things really start getting out of control worse than what they are now?
We don't have time. We don't have time at all. Simply because this has been in existence for a long time. In 1774 through 1776, this plan was launched. You kind of figure that was a long time ago. Just 2009. So they've already had this plan, but the thing that we need to be conscious of is this implantable biomicrochip. Are you following me?
Yes.
So it's RFID chip that they're going to put in everyone. This is what we need to be aware of, because that is the culmination of their plan. They want to make human slaves out of us. They want to make mind control slaves out of us. They want sheeple. They want useless eaters. They want automatons. They want to control you by remote control. And this is actually what's going on. Not too many people break from the script. We get up, we go to work, we do our 8 to 10 hours, we come home, we might watch a ritual football game, which we'll break that down in a minute, a basketball game or a baseball game, which is all Masonic. All of that's Masonic. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
All of the sports games are Masonic. So we're dealing with high forms of different rituals in Freemasonry. We pay our bills, we pay our taxes, we may go on a vacation. A lot of people that's married probably got a wife and hitting a couple of chicks on the side. You may get a chance to spend a little bit of your money. A lot of us go to church and we're brainwashed there also. Are you following me?
Yeah.
So not too many people are breaking away from the script and having this kind of conversation. But like you said earlier, younger people are getting it, because they're not going for what Reverend Fatback and Reverend Bigfoot in the church is talking about. Creflo wants some more dollar, and T.D. Snakes and Pastor Wrong, whatever his damn name is, Eddie Wrong, and the rest of these people.
Right.
So something, even in the church, they play out a certain ritual.
Can we talk about that? Let's focus in on that a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah. We can talk about that. When you go into the church and you worshiping an image of a white, bloody dude on the cross that never existed, that's a problem. If they say Jesus was a Jew and he spoke ancient Aramaic, that has nothing to do with Hebrew, which they said he really was, and then his name is Greek. So that's confusing. Are you following me?
Right.
You go and you pay money. Joel Osteen has the largest church in America. 43,000 people attend this church every week. 43,000 times the average tithe is $10. 10 times 43,000 a week. Preaching Jesus is big business for a person that never even existed. Now, I know a lot of Christians that are listening to this are probably red-faced and angry right now. But ask me if I give a damn. Call me at 678-557-2919, and I'll prove this. As a matter of fact, I'll do better than that, Sister Isis. I'll pay anyone $1,000 to prove to me anything that I'm saying is incorrect. Prove to me that the white boy bleeding on the cross actually existed and is real, all right? And I'll pay him $1,000 for every point. My email address is Professor Griff, PE@gmail.com. Once again, Professor Griff, PE as in public enemy, @gmail.com. So they go through this ritual with bowing down. For example, this Friday, along with the Christian church, we're about to go through one of the mass bloodiest rituals ever pulled over on the people in the history of mankind. You're about to put some Satan demonic worshiping balls on his tree, evergreen tree, which was erected by Nimrod in celebration of his wife, which he married his own mother and had sex with his own mother. He erected this tree as remembrance of his mother wife. And as a symbol of the sun, which because they were sun worshipers, he makes everyone bow to the tree. How do you bow to the tree? Well, your so-called parents, which is supposed to be the Santa Claus, put the presents under the tree, and every time you go get a present, you bow to get the present under the tree, so you're bowing to the tree. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Thus bowing to Semiramis was her name. Thus bowing to Nimrod's mother, wife. Now, how is that a ritual? It's a blood ritual because the white bloody dude had to bleed on the cross. That's a hell of a way to start a damn religion on December 21st. You mean to tell me, Sister Isis, that if I was to ask you, God was born on December 25th, 2,000 years ago? How is that? God is older than 2,000 years. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
So we go through the Semiramis blood ritual with the bleeding Jesus on the cross. That's no different from the human sacrifices and the blood rituals that they go through in hip-hop. Same damn thing. It's just that you're getting it in religion. It's the same thing. So certain times of the year, especially the winter solstice that we're going through right now, large amounts of blood have to be spilled. So many people will go to church this Friday, this Saturday and Sunday, worshiping a dead, bloody white man on a cross, bleeding, dripping blood. That's their blood sacrifice. And everywhere you find them, they have this blood sacrifice going on. Are you following me?
Yes. And how?
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, and could you also just touch on what kind of effect it actually has on the people once they partake in those type of rituals? Why it keeps them?
Well, we don't want to seem like we're bashing Christians. A Christian is one who's crystallized into the one with a Christian is one who's crystallized into the oneness with God through their example, Christ. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We as a people had Christianity and the cross prior to our open enemy getting it and corrupting it and polluting it. Are you following me?
Right.
Hold on for a second. I'm getting some unsavory characters hanging around my car. I got to step back aside and get me some heat. Hold on. But I'll explain while I'm getting me some heat. Hold on. You see, even though we tell this truth, we still got to know and understand that if these people, they got their eye on us and they know who we are. Because they logged in online on Blog Talk Radio also, and they listening. Are you following me?
Right.
I ain't stupid enough to think that the enemy ain't listening. I know he's listening. I'm not. It's about to get noisy in a minute. I got to go in my studio and get something real quick because this is ugly.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a break. We're at the 7:24 mark, and I'll play some music, and we'll be right back with Professor Griff.
Follow the leader, shall still say. Follow the leader, shall still say. Follow the leader, This is not a diss record. I repeat, this is not a diss record. It's so powerful that I don't have to shout to you reasons I recorded this record. There's an elephant in the room, and every time I mention it, I'm a fool. But you don't see no hesitance when I move. ask me who's better in interviews. When I say nobody, I ain't lying, I'm biased. Last year, I was saying auto-tune should die. And now the same DJs that was praising that top shit